How do you find out about a guy named Alexander the Great? Because you have a bunch of eyewitnesses who were Alexander the Great's buddies who wrote about him? No, sir, you do not. You see how naive you guys are when it comes to history?
There's archaeological evidence.
There is archaeological evidence with the Bible too.
That Jesus existed? Archaeological
What you actually have is one individual claiming that 500 people saw the resurrection of Christ. And if your burden of evidence for believing something is you can't prove it's not true and one person said it, I could believe anything. I could believe absolutely anything. I could believe in the tooth fairy, because if someone wrote that the tooth fairy existed and he said that 500 people saw the tooth fairy exist, that would be precisely the same amount of evidence that exists for the resurrection of Jesus Christ.
All right, we're going to have to start at ground level here, ground zero. There is a difference between scientific knowledge and historical knowledge. Scientific knowledge is based on the repeatability of an experiment. If you prove something scientifically here at UT, but you cannot show it in London, England, in a lab, it's not science. Science is based on your ability to repeat the experiment that taught you something. And if you can't repeat the experiment, it is not scientific knowledge. Historical knowledge has nothing to do with repeatability. You don't haul Abraham Lincoln back in here in a lab and have him assassinated by John Wilkes Booth every September. That is not historical knowledge. Historical knowledge is based on a single event, eyewitnesses seeing it, and they write what they see. Science, you've got to be able to repeat it. If you can't repeat it, it's not science. History, you never repeat. You record what you see, people do, they write it down. That is why when you guys say, scientifically, you've got to prove the resurrection, you're in the wrong class, guys. You don't scientifically prove that Washington was the first president of the United States. You historically verify it by eyewitness testimony.